Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the March 14th, 2003 Oyster Bay East Norwich School Board meeting. If everyone could please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I would now like to turn the meeting over to Dr. Yanni for our superintendent's report.
Thank you so much, Ms. Castro Giovanni, and good evening, everybody. This last couple of weeks have been very busy for music and art department. In celebration of the Music in Our Schools month, on March 2nd, 5 bands composed of 263 students in grades 5 through 12 participated in a cavalcade of bands. Obviously, it was the first time I was attending an event like that in the gym. The audience, we had almost 400 members of our community, and the students did a wonderful job. They play each group, and then at the end they did one big ensemble, and it was just remarkable. So I want to congratulate the students and thank the entire staff. They did a wonderful job, so thank you. I hope this past weekend you had an opportunity to attend one of a musical. It's my favorite part of the year. I don't usually go to Broadway shows. I never attended ever a Broadway show because I don't need to. I have the schools that are doing a great job. So Bye Bye Birdie was the musical, and the students did an amazing job. What was nice about this musical is that a lot of all the lights and the sound was all run by the students, by our department. They did a wonderful job preparing the stage. Students for weeks and months before the musical, they were painting, doing carpeting. So it was really nice to see the whole production coming together. So I want to thank Ms. Chapardi, Mr. Sizia, all the supervisors, and our supervisor of the music and performing art, Ms. Erica G. Yopak, for the wonderful, wonderful job. So thank you and congratulations. I want to congratulate all the students tonight. I know that Mr. Brumoff is ready for a presentation tonight, so I'm going to invite him to the podium to talk about all the accomplishments of our athletes and the wonderful work that is done in the athletic department. So, Mr. Brumoff, thank you.
Greetings, everybody. Thank you for having me in tonight. Tonight, I'm going to be doing 2 presentations. Our first presentation is going to be the celebration of our individual winter award winners for the winter season in athletics. And the second presentation will be my mid-year board overview. To begin tonight's presentation, I'm going to call out the individual award winners. Each individual award winner was voted on by their respective coaches association as a top performer for their team in their winter sport. And I'm going to begin with girls basketball. With Femi Vumbarakis, all conference. All right. Also in girls basketball, Noelle Baruda, all conference. I believe that's a picture after she just hit a half-court shot. In boys basketball, Ashton Pilatos, all conference. Boys basketball, Aiden Jonanen, all conference. Fencing, Scarlett Shelley, all county, honorable mention. Fencing, Lauren Pinnock, all county, honorable mention. Fencing, Jason Sun, all county, honorable mention. Fencing, Nicholas Ramirez, all county, second team. Fencing, Leo Chicheri, all county, second team. Fencing, Jeffrey Sun, all county, first team. Cheerleading, Alexandra Nicole Flores, Coaches Award. Cheerleading, Emma Curry, Scholar Athlete. Cheerleading, Brianna Hyde, all division. Cheerleading, Lauren Emerson, all county. Girls winter track, Nicolette Lewis, all conference. In addition to Nicolette being named all conference, she represented Oyster Bay as the first female in school history at the New Balance Nationals this past weekend in Boston. She long jumped 14 feet, 6 inches. Winter track, Zachary Green, all conference. Winter track, Austin Ascientino, all conference. Winter track, Andrew Jeanette, all conference, all county. Winter track, Alex Zavala, conference champion, all conference. Winter track, Oliver Kexmer, county champion, all county. Winter track, Omek Kumar, county champion, all county. Winter track, Nathaniel Wick, county champion, all county. Our next athlete is one of the most celebrated athletes in school history when it comes to running. Winter track, Christopher Tarduno, all conference champion, all county champion, school record holder, and he too also was the first male to represent Oyster Bay at the New Balance Nationals this past weekend. Chris ran a time of 9 minutes and 41 seconds in the 2-mile race. And for fencing, we have Aurora Ascentino, 2-time Brentwood tournament champion, all-county first team, all Long Island, 2-time county champion. But wait, there's more. It is my honor tonight to, for the first time, Aurora's been named News 12 Scholar Athlete of the Week. She will be receiving a $1,000 scholarship. Coach Bruckner and I have been sitting on this secret for the last 24 hours, so it's been kind of tight-lipped around here. But congratulations to all of our winter award winners. We're going to pose for a picture with Dr. Yanni and the Board of Education. All right. Give him a big hand. Once again, I know the athletes are going to be going home to do their homework, but if you'll stick around, I'm going to be doing our mid-year athletics review. Okay, once again, good evening. My name is Eric Bramoff. I am the Director of Athletics for the Oyster Bay East Norwich Central School District. And tonight I will be presenting to the Board of Education and Dr. Yanni the Oyster Bay East Norwich Athletics Mid-Year Review. Tonight I will provide you with an overview of the athletic program as well as the athletic department goals for the school year. As you can see throughout this presentation, the athletic department goals will be closely aligned with the goals of the Board of Education. At Oyster Bay, our students are offered a wide range of opportunities to participate in athletics at various different levels. This slide here shows the different opportunities that we offer, beginning with intramural opportunities, all the way up to the varsity level, which focuses on team goals. Our students' journey begins when they begin playing middle school, and it ends, as you saw on the stage tonight, with our varsity athletes. We also provide open gym and intramural opportunities in the off-season to prepare our students for the upcoming season and just give them the opportunity to participate in athletics outside of the regular season. While Oyster Bay is relatively small in terms of population, we're the third smallest public school in Nassau County. We are big on opportunities. We offer 56 athletic teams at various levels for our scholar athletes to participate in. The start of each school year, our fall athletic program runs from mid-August to mid-November. Some highlights from the fall season this year: the field hockey team won the league championship, the girls volleyball team repeated as county champions, and the boys cross country team won the county championship, along with Chris Tardunia winning the individual county championship. You can't tell by the weather tonight, but our winter season just recently wrapped up as we celebrated with our athletes a few moments ago. For our winter season in fencing, the boys and girls programs each qualified for the postseason play. We had several finishers in the top 5 at the county individual tournament for fencing. Aurora Ascentino defended her Brentwood tournament championship, as well was the individual county champion for the second year in a row. The competitive cheerleading team qualified for the county championships for the first time in school history, and also competed at the national championships down in Orlando, Florida. The indoor track season saw the boys team win the division championship. The 4x800 meter relay team also won the county championship. Chris Tarduno added an individual county championship in the 1600 meter, the 3200 meter, which he broke the school record in, qualified for the state championships. Nicolette Lewis also joined Chris at the New Balance championships, as I said earlier. In typical Northeast fashion, our spring athletes have already begun their season in the wind and the rain. And a highlight from the first day was the opportunity for our lacrosse teams to get out there on the brand new turf field. That is something that would not have been possible a year ago. So the athletes were very grateful for that opportunity. In addition to Section 8 athletics, we've built strong relationships with Oak Cliff and Oyster Bay Community Rowing. Excuse me. With Oyster Bay Community Rowing. In these programs, our students are getting the necessary skills to continue with their passions right here in our own backyard. We have some athletes that are looking into taking either their crew experience or the experience that they get with the Oak Cliff sailing, and they're going to take it to the collegiate level. So we're looking forward to that. When developing both long-term and short-term athletic department goals, we try to get as much feedback from the stakeholders as possible. When I'm creating the goals each school year, I make sure that we align them, as I said previously, with the Board of Education goals for the year. Our goals are very simple: increase participation, be a scholar athlete school of excellence. We want people sporting the purple and gold. We want to promote our athletes. We want to build teams. But more importantly, we want to build programs, and we want to celebrate our student athletes. The first goal of increased participation in athletics is very important. It also proves the point that athletics is an extension of a classroom. By increasing participation, we're able to achieve our other goals. If you look at this slide here, it shows that we had growth at the high school level for the fall season comparative to last year. And we also had substantial growth at the middle school level for the fall season and compared to the 2021-22 school year. If you look into the winter athletic participation, we had a 5% growth at the high school level and a significant growth at the middle school level. This is mostly attributed to the winter 2 athletic participation numbers going up in boys volleyball and wrestling. I'm also happy to report that even though the spring season only started a few days ago, the participation numbers have increased even more than this grid outlines here. We're getting continued registrations for both the high school and middle school spring seasons. This is possible only because of the hard work from our coaches, consistently recruiting athletes. It might also have something to do with an overbearing athletic director yelling at kids to sign up on Family ID. Last year, our scholar athlete teams, we had 22 scholar athlete teams, and we were awarded the New York State Public High School Athletic Association Scholar Athlete Award of Excellence. This award is given to a school district that has 75% of their teams have a 90 composite GPA. We are on track to be a school of excellence this year with the addition of our football team in the fall and our boys basketball team in the winter, and we're projecting that in the spring we're going to also add an additional team. The goal for next year already, I've been speaking with the coaches, is that we're going to shoot for the School of Distinction, which is 100% of our athletes are named on scholar athlete teams. The academic component is essential, and I really want to thank the admin team. Most of them are here tonight. This does take everyone. It takes the teachers, it takes the administrators, it takes the parents, it takes the student athletes. What we're doing is we're monitoring the athletics at the same time we're monitoring the academics of our varsity teams. This is achieved just like you would in a classroom. Our coaches treat each team as a section, just like they would for a regular class. We're consistently benchmarking, monitoring, and providing targeted support when needed. That's very important. You can ask any of the athletes. They understand that the expectation from my department is we get a 90 or above, nothing less. One of the goals of this year was also to get apparel into the hands of our students in a timely manner, and we're doing that. We're working with vendors to make sure that our athletes have their gear prior to the start of the season. We're also created a Bayman store, which is open 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We have some great brands on there for our community to go on there, and you can see the brands are listed up there. All they have to do is scan the QR code, and the turnaround time is between 7 and 10 days, and it benefits our athletic program. Also, it's nice to see everybody with the ability to go get their Oyster Bay gear. When we talk about building programs versus teams, this is an essential element to what our goals are. You can see some highlights here. We have two of our esteemed running coaches who've built a tremendous, as you can see tonight, a tremendous middle distance and long distance running program. But we've also incorporated the Vernon and TR school buildings within the high school athletic programs. We've hosted some cheerleading clinics, which is depicted up there. We've also invited some of the basketball teams, and we plan on doing more of the same with the Little League and the lacrosse teams in the spring. We also accomplish building programs versus teams through several other strategies. We hold events such as our Friday Night Lights game and our sports kickoffs and pep rallies. I had the privilege a few weeks ago, I went over to Vernon and I gave each student grades 3 through 6 this flyer that's on the left there. It has a QR code. They all brought that home to their parents. And what it does is it asks a few key questions so we can better direct our resources moving forward. Essentially, I need to know what the class of 2029 and 2030, what are they playing? What are they interested in? And that's going to help guide our programs as we move forward. As you can see tonight, our district consistently promotes the accomplishments of our student athletes. It's an excellent tradition that we get to celebrate on a triannual basis, where we get to bring our student athletes before the Board of Education and really showcase their accomplishments throughout each season. I'd like to thank Mr. Donahue and Mr. Dolan up there for their tremendous work with the Broadcasting Club and the Bay News Now. To watch the students broadcasting the games and highlighting the games in the Bay News Now, it's really a tremendous addition to the athletic program, and they should all be commended for their work on that. In conclusion, I'd like to thank several people. I obviously would like to thank Miss Laney Ronaldo. She does a lot of the heavy lifting in the athletic office. And her love for the community of Oyster Bay is evident in all of her hard work. I would really like to make sure that she is recognized. Without all this, without her, this is not possible. And the other key thing is I'd like to get my Instagram followers over 1,000. Currently, I'm at 706. If you could follow us at Oyster Bay _AD for all things that are in our athletic department. And we have some highlights from our Instagram posts, which includes our broadcasting team down on the bottom there, broadcasting one of our basketball games. As I said earlier, we have a very robust middle school wrestling program, and our cheerleading team performing some very difficult stunts on the county and national level. Thank everyone for this evening, and as always, go Baymen. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bramoff. Any questions from the board? No. Thank you. Yep. So now we'll have a presentation, an update on the capital reserve.
Thank you so much. So tonight's presentation will be a short breakout presentation as part of the budget presentations that are occurring every month at the Board of Education meetings, business meetings. So this one is focused on the capital reserves. The focus of tonight's meeting will provide a brief overview of the balances of the capital reserve fund, but also looking at what capital projects we will be proposing and the technology projects for this year. So looking at the use and funding, the use of the capital reserves allows us to do capital projects such as routine maintenance in the buildings, for example, concrete, masonry repairs, HVAC repairs, where the technology supports our multi-year technology plan, primarily the one-to-one device for our students. So you can see here that by using the reserves and funding the reserves each year allows us to not only long-term financially plan for the district, but it also allows us to look at the long-term facilities planning for the district. So we've maintained some healthy balances throughout each of the years, and we continue to do so each year. Focusing on the capital projects for this year, you see a list of a couple for each of them. Specifically at the high school, we're looking at the main entrance seating wall, which I'll go further in the next slide. Some auditorium sound and lighting upgrades, as you know, as even Mr. Bramhoff just spoke about, with the work that Bay News Now and everybody is doing with the broadcasting, we're using that to better this auditorium that we're in right now, as we see the broadcasting studio up here on the balcony. Some tennis court lighting. This is replacing lighting and addressing some areas of dark spots for when the tennis matches go later into the evening, and a replacement of the marquee sign right here at the high school. At James Vernon, we are looking at a library HVAC, ceiling and lighting, upgrading those. The majority of that is funded. We have a preliminary grant approval for about $100,000. So although we will be looking to spend $160,000 out of the reserves, it is my expectation that we will be reimbursed for about $100,000 of that. At Memorial Stadium, there's some minor repairs, concrete, to make sure that we're addressing the building from any future water damage, flashing, concrete filling, and things like that. The administration building has an HVAC system that is beyond its life expectancy, and the repair costs are becoming exorbitant. Therefore, we are looking at upgrading with a more energy efficient system. So that is the overview of the projects. The one I really want to go back to is the first one I mentioned, the main entrance seating wall. As most of you know, with this 1929 building, as you enter it, you're entering it right off McCoon's Lane. And a lot of times we see the students right at the bottom of the ramp. So this project proposed would be to be a plaza style seating wall for when students are looking to be waiting to get picked up, waiting for buses along McCoon's Lane. They have a safe area off the roadway, off of the ramp, to be able to sit and with friends, with colleagues, with getting work done. And you see the way that's built right into the slope that naturally exists in that space. So that is part of, if I go back one slide, that is that first bullet point under the high school project right there. Looking at technology projects, again, this is part of the multi-year technology plan. Every year you will see this similar reserve. Historically, we're looking to continue that again this year with iPads in the kindergarten. Students, as you may know, in TR, kindergarten, first and second, are given a one-to-one iPad device to use while they're at school, where once they enter Vernon in third grade, they get a device. Currently, right now, they were getting a new device in seventh grade, although to stretch that further to high school, we're going to replace them moving forward in eighth grade. So every 5 years, the students will have a new Chromebook to use, again, one-to-one. Additionally, there's also going to be some interactive boards. Those are the boards that, the touchscreen boards that the teachers use instructionally in the front of the room, as well as some of the other common areas like the library. So these are replacing older boards as they become expired and no longer in service. So like I said, this is really just a small snapshot of a breakout of the budget presentation. It will follow through with it. This will now be incorporated into the future budget presentations I will do. But just as a reminder, this is the timeline that is also posted on the website, as well as any of this information, including the prior budget presentations. Again, the important piece is that the capital reserve is projects that need voter approval to be able to spend out of the capital reserve. Therefore, this budget vote on May 16th is critical because these propositions that I just discussed will appear on the ballot on May 16th. Information on how to vote is on the screen right now, also posted to our website, the district clerk's office in the administration building. You can be accessed 8 to 12 and then 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. The last day to register vote is May 11th if you are not already. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Rayner. Any questions on the board? No. Thank you very much. That's the end of our presentations. I'd like to move on then to the approval of the minutes. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second? Any questions? All in favor of approval of the minutes? Aye. All against? Motion carries. In accordance with the open meeting law, school board meetings where the school district business will be discussed are open to the public. The Oyster Bay East Norwich Board of Education welcomes public comment at its meetings. The Board of Education will respond to comments and/or inquiries in the appropriate manner. This portion of the meeting is designed exclusively for agenda items. A sign-in book is provided for those residents wishing to address the board. In order to be recognized, you must sign in. Each speaker will be allowed a maximum of 3 minutes. The board president will call you to the microphone in the order in which you have signed in. Public discussion is prohibited regarding matters relating to an individual's reputation, privacy, or right to due process, which in some way could be violated. A second commentary period is provided for non-agenda items prior to adjournment. We thank you for your participation and cooperation. My understanding is nobody has signed in. Okay, thank you. We're going to move on to the approval of instructional personnel items. Resolved upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, the Board of Education of the Oyster Bay East Norwich Central School District hereby approves the instructional personnel items as listed in their entirety. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second? This will be going from 6.02 through 6.05. All in favor? And against? Motion carries. Let's move on to non-instructional personnel items. Resolved upon the recommendation of the superintendents of schools, the Board of Education of the Oyster Bay East Norwich Central School District hereby approves the non-instructional personnel items as listed in their entirety, 702 through 704. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second? All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. We'll move on now to business items. Resolved upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, the Board of Education of the Oyster Bay East Norwich Central School District hereby approves the business items as listed in their entirety. This will be 801 and 802. Do I have a motion? Second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Approval of special services resolutions. Resolved upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, the Board of Education of the Oyster Bay East Norwich Central School District hereby approves the special services resolutions as listed in their entirety. Do I have a motion? A second? All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. We'll now move on to new business. Approval of the new business resolutions. Resolved upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, the Board of Education of the Oyster Bay East Norwich Central School District hereby approves the new business resolutions as listed in their entirety. This is 1002 through 1010. Do I have a motion? Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. We have nobody has signed in, the opportunity to be heard from the public. Thank you. Do I have a motion to adjourn our meeting?
So moved.
Second? Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for attending the meeting.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.